Hi, we're going to begin seated at the front end of your chair for some gentle movement for the health and vitality of your joints and glands. As you take your seat, root down through the buttock bones. As you root down through the buttock bones, feel a widening across your low back. As you lift from your navel to your heart center, feel that your shoulders can roll up and back and down, and bring your head back so the ears come towards lining up with the shoulders. And then just take a nice deep breath through your body. Give yourself a moment to drop into the space to begin to relax. And then we'll begin with a small circle at the top of the neck joint. So as you start to circle the head, you're going to think an imaginary piece of chalk is attached to your nose, and there's a chalkboard right in front of you. You're going to start to draw a small circle with your nose on the chalkboard. So you're just isolating this movement at the top of the neck joint, and you're going to begin to make a little bit of a larger circle. And then just check in with your breath and make sure that you're breathing. Then you'll come back to center, and you'll go the opposite direction, making a small circle at first, and keeping the lift and length of your spine. So the buttock bones stay rooted, there's still a lift through the whole spinal column. And you can make that gentle circle a little bit larger. And don't be surprised if you hear a little bit of crackling, a little bit of popping in the neck joint. And then you'll come back to center, and you'll begin to look over your right shoulder. As you look over the right shoulder, think about the chin and the forehead remaining on the same plane, meaning that they're both straight up and down from one another. So you're neither tipping your chin up nor down. And then inhaling back to center. As you exhale, twist your head to the left, looking over the left shoulder, trying to maintain that the neck is directly over the rest of the spinal column. And inhaling back to center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, moving the chin toward the direction of the shoulder, keeping the forehead over the chin. Start to stretch your eyes back. And starting to stretch back through the orbit of the eyes will help to release tension in the eyes and in the back of the skull. The muscles of the eyes are directly connected to the base of the skull. And soften your belly, relax your tongue in your mouth. And let the eyes stretch back. And then inhaling back to center. As you exhale, turn your head to the left. Again, aligning the forehead over the chin, and then looking over the shoulder with your eyes, as if you're trying to look back towards your ear, letting the eyeballs stretch. Breathing nice and naturally. And then as you inhale, come back to center. And just pause for a moment. Notice how that made you feel. And as you inhale, begin to lift the chin towards the ceiling and let the neck stay long as you lift the chin toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, you're keeping the neck long and you're starting to lower the chin towards the chest. Inhale, lifting the chin up. And then maybe you look up and stretch the eyes back as though you're going to look to your eyebrows. And then as you let your chin come down, look down towards the chest. Good. Inhaling the chin up. And exhaling the chin down. Inhaling the chin up. Exhaling the chin down. And then returning to center as you inhale. And just pause for a moment here. And let your arms come down by your sides, relaxing your shoulders. Keep the buttock bones rooted as you lift and lengthen the spine. And now this time you're going to allow your chin to drop towards the chest, keeping the neck long. And you're going to move your head to the right, and then you're going to move the head to the left. And you're just going to let the head swing from side to side, going back and forth, nice and gently. You don't have to make this movement very fast. You don't have to make it too slow. Just do what feels appropriate for you. And then check in with your breathing as you're moving. Now that your neck joint is starting to warm up a bit, you can start to lift the chin as you take the head side to side. There's a little lift at the end of the chin. And then returning your chin to your chest, pause for a moment, maybe opening the eyes if you've closed them, and then inhale to sit upright. Take a nice full breath in and out. We're going to begin with a movement of the chin, just like a turtle moving its head out of its shell and back into its shell. So you're going to start to feel a sense that the spine is aligned, and you're going to move your chin forward, and then you're going to move your chin back as though your ears are coming back over your shoulders. You're going to move the chin forward, and you'll draw the chin back. And you'll continue this movement and breathe along with it. It's not the most attractive posture, but very beneficial. Good, and then as we come back to center, we'll just sit up nice and naturally, taking a nice full breath into your body and a long, complete exhalation. Inhaling and exhaling. And then begin to lift the shoulders towards the ears, back and down. So the shoulders move up, back and down. And you'll do several rounds just like this, focusing your awareness on your breathing. Letting the breath be natural. And then allowing your shoulders to move up, back, and down. Turn your palms up on your lap and just pause for a moment, taking a full cycle of breath through your body. And then releasing the arms once again. We'll continue the shoulder rolls, but this time you're going to add the elbow, letting the elbow move out to the side as the shoulder moves up, back, and down. So you're just making a little bit of a bigger circle, and you're allowing the whole arm to get involved. And as you make that circle a little bit larger, you're going to begin to take the arms overhead. You might liken this to brushing a long mane of hair. So you can imagine that your hair is long and you're brushing the hair. So the arm reaches back and down as much as it feels comfortable. The hand is reaching down towards the back. And you're making a nice big sweeping movement. And then we're going to begin to change the direction that the arms are moving in. We're going to take them forward as if you're going for a swim. Let the arms extend forward, and you're swimming the arms and allowing your torso to get involved. So the side ribs will start to move side to side. And in this position, you can start to reach forward and pull back as though you're pulling through some substance. You're going to draw the navel toward the spine as you pull back. So your abdominal core is gently engaged, just to support the spinal column as you create this movement. You can make this movement as small or as large as you'd like. So you can move slowly in a small, gentle movement, or you can move quicker in a bigger flowing movement and pulling back towards you in either case. Now we're going to start to bend the elbows out to the side and take the arms back like we're doing a backstroke. You'll get a little bit wider than when you were brushing your hair, provided this feels comfortable in the front of your shoulders. If you feel any pain or strain, bend the elbows and make a smaller movement, or go back to the brushing of the hair. Otherwise, if your arms can begin to straighten and sweep back as though you're doing a backstroke, then you can do that movement. And you may even just gradually progress to this feeling okay, so you can test it out a little bit. And just always paying attention to how you're feeling in the joint. If it's not comfortable, don't force it, just do a little bit smaller movement and continue with your practice. Now we're going to start to move the arms a little bit more rapidly, so they kind of alternate. And it might be difficult to coordinate this movement. So just going at your own pace. And then we're going to start to slow it down, and we're going to take the arms the other way like we're running the arms, elbows by the side, and the torso moves side to side. And you're checking in to make sure that you're breathing comfortably. Good, and then we're going to start to slow it down. We're going to reverse it. Elbows go back like you're running backwards. And breathing nice and deeply. Your heart rate is probably starting to elevate. You might be feeling a little sweat on your brow. Taking a few more backward strokes. And then we'll finally come to settle, arms resting, palms up in the lap, taking a deep breath in, opening the mouth to sigh it out. And you can do that again if you're feeling a lot of heat. Really good. So now we've moved through the neck and the shoulder joint and a little bit of the side body. So we're ready to begin to take the movement a little bit deeper. Releasing the arms down by your sides, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Root down through the buttock bones, lift and elongate through your spine. As you inhale, reach the arms out to the sides of your body. Relax your shoulders down your back. And as you extend, let the length move from your index finger out to either side of you. So let the length move from your chest all the way to your index fingers. So you're moving in both directions, right and left. And then think about the thumb and the index finger being on the same plane. So the thumb is not lifted higher or lower, but it's right in line with the index finger. And then imagine you could reach the thumb toward the index finger and feel that open the front of the chest a little bit deeper, and maybe drawing the shoulder blades a little closer toward one another, just naturally. You're not forcing it, you're not efforting towards that, but you're lengthening the thumbs towards the index finger. And take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your arms down, palms up on your lap. Pause for a full cycle of breath. Good. As you release your arms by your side, we'll do that again, rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Extend through the arms. Relax the shoulders down the back and begin to tip the fingers towards the ceiling. So you're flexing the wrist, and then you're going to point the fingers towards the floor. So pointing the fingers to the ceiling and then pointing the fingers toward the floor. Lifting the fingers toward the ceiling, pointing the fingers down to the floor. And then you're going to feel a sense that you're going to reach out through your fingertips straight out, again lining the thumb and index finger. This time I want you to reach from the back of your body as though you're spreading your shoulder blades apart, or lengthening the arms from the back center of you. And taking a nice deep inhale, exhale, releasing the arms. And pausing for a full cycle of breath. And then releasing the arms by your side, once again rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. Elongate through the arms. And find now that you're reaching from the center of each shoulder out to the middle finger. And you're going to bring your fingertips, the index or the thumb finger and the middle finger together. And the index finger will join them. You're going to begin to imagine you're ringing a bell. Let your hands sweep in and out. And just notice how that feels throughout your arm, the length of your arm. Shoulders staying relaxed, sternum lifted. Good, and then you're going to come back to center, fingertips stay together, and you're going to rock the fingers forward and back. And you're breathing nice and deep. Good, and then you're going to rotate, making a gentle fist with your hands, rotating your wrists back, breathing, and then rotating the wrists forward. Good, and then let your elbows bend out to the side and just sweeping the hands in and out. And relaxing your arms down, palms face up in your lap. Take a nice full cycle of breath. Great. A couple similar movements to that. We're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Elongate the arms out to the side, relaxing the shoulders down the back. From deep in your upper arm, rotate the upper arm bones open. The elbows will follow, then the forearms, then the palms. And then bring your fingertips together at your shoulders. Let your elbows remain open, but the shoulders relax down the back. Now taking a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, twist to the right. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhaling to center. The twist is coming from the lower rib cage or from the abdominal area. So you're not twisting from your elbows, but rather the elbows stay in position and you turn from your torso. Inhaling center, exhaling as you twist. We'll do a few more. Inhaling center, exhaling left. Inhaling center, exhaling right. And you'll come back to center, releasing your palms up. And breathing. Releasing the arms by the sides, shoulders roll up, back, and down. Extend through the arms. Roll the shoulders down the back. And rotate the upper arm bone, followed by the elbow, the forearm, and then the palm. Bring your fingertips together at your shoulders, keeping the elbows open, but the shoulders relax down the back. Sitting nice and tall as you root through the buttocks, lift through the crown of the head. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift the right elbow towards the ceiling. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lifting the left elbow toward the ceiling. Inhaling to center, exhale, lift right, and think more of lifting the elbow than the opposite side bending. Inhale to center, exhaling left. So this helps to open the muscles along the rib cage, the intercostal muscles, which helps to bring more space to your breath, more capacity to your lungs, as well as releasing tension along the muscles of the spine. And then we'll do one more round. And as we inhale, we'll come to center, elbows forward, and release the arms down, taking a long breath through your body. So now as you begin with your feet on the ground, you want to have your knees and your toes and your hips pointing the same direction and your feet flat on the ground. And if you find that you have shorter legs and they're not connecting to the ground comfortably, then it's helpful to put a couple of blocks or a book or maybe 2 bricks underneath your feet. So once you get your knees and toes to align forward of your hip bones, then you're just going to root the buttock bones down again. So just kind of resetting the position of our seat. And so we're going to begin a little bit of a movement in a cat-cow position. So as you inhale, you're going to have your hands on your lap. You're going to draw your elbows back and lift your chest. And notice that the chin lifts naturally. I'm not trying to look up to the ceiling. And then I'm going to round, bringing my hands to my knees, but I'm not leaning forward. So instead of leaning forward and rounding your back, you're going to inhale, the hands slide back, elbows hug back to help you lift your sternum, the top of your chest, and the head and neck just go along for the ride. As you exhale, the hands will slide forward and you'll round through the space between your shoulder blades. Hands can come to the front of the knees and the head and neck can release down. As you inhale, the hands will slide back, elbows will hug back, and you'll lift the sternum. Exhaling the hands forward toward the front of the knees, rounding the upper back, head and neck release. And you'll do this a few times with your breath, alternating from lifting the chest to rounding the upper back. So as you inhale your arms and elbows back, you'll feel a sense of the shoulder blades drawing closer together. As you exhale the hands forward and round the upper back, feel the shoulder blades spread away from each other. And then just continuing another full cycle of breath. And then as you inhale, you'll come to a neutral position, just sitting upright. And you'll pause and you'll feel into the sensation in your body, just noticing how you feel. And then we're going to separate the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. So you're going to let the knees and the toes point out to the same direction and have your heels directly underneath your knees. As you root down through the buttock bones, lift once again through the length of your spine. You're going to take your hands to the inner thighs and right up toward the inner groin area, you're going to brush the flesh of your thigh toward the inner knee. So you're going to allow the hands to press into the thigh and gently open the inner knees. So we'll begin to make a small circle with the torso and feel how the weight gently shifts from buttock bone to buttock bone. So there's a little bit of a rocking of the pelvis circularly. And then you can begin to take this a little bit deeper, keeping your thighs opening, the knees opening away from each other. You can begin to fold forward a little more, around to the side and the back, only going as deep as you feel comfortable. So if you notice any discomfort or any sharp pain, shooting pains or anything like that, then you'll just take a smaller circle again. Otherwise, let your shoulders start to get involved with your hands on your thighs. You can rotate around through the same direction. And if it's not comfortable or if it's confusing, just let the shoulders stay neutral, meaning that you're just moving along through the spinal column. And then we'll come back up to center. Remember which direction you were going and begin to circle the torso the opposite direction. And first it's a small circle, and then you can begin to move deeper to the side, around to the front, and toward the back again. And let the elbows bend to make it comfortable for yourself, moving through as much as you feel comfortable. And perhaps consider adding the shoulders again, or just letting them be natural. Keeping the thighs opening and the heels rooting to help you stay grounded. And then coming back to center, readjust your seat if you need to. Allow yourself to sit for a moment and breathe. Now you're going to begin to extend the thighs again. So as the knees and toes are pointing out to the side, you're going to lift the ball of your feet, keeping your heels on the floor, and you're just going to turn the knees and the feet inward. And you're moving from the feet, the knees just follow along for the ride. And then as you inhale, you'll open the feet outward. Each time lifting the ball of the foot and turning it inward, and then lifting the ball of the foot and turning the knees outward. So you feel that internal rotation of the thigh bone in the hip socket, and then the external rotation of the thigh bone in the hip socket. And then if you'd like to, you can coordinate the arms here. The hands can move with the legs, or you can begin to open the arms with the elbows bent out to the side and begin to lift the chest as you take the elbows wider. The legs and arms moving in the same fashion. I like to inhale as the arms go back and the chest lifts, and let the exhale be natural. So you're probably starting to feel nice and warm through the hip socket. You're going to come back to center, keeping the knees out to the side and just pausing for a breath. Now we're going to toe heel the feet back to the neutral position we started in. And rooting down through the buttocks, lifting through the length of the spine into the crown of the head. You're going to press down through your right foot and lift your left knee up and see if you can interlace your fingers around the front of the knee. If that's not possible, try holding the back of the thigh to keep the leg lifted, bend the elbows, but relax the shoulders down the back. So in either position, hands interlace at the front of the knee or behind the thigh. You're going to draw the shoulders up, back and down, and lift up through the spine. And then you're going to draw the thigh a little closer to you. And in this position, you'll start to flex and point your toes. Point and flex. You'll do several rounds of this till you start to feel the muscle at the front of the shin and the calf beginning to warm. Then you'll begin to circle the foot in one direction. And circle the opposite direction. Remember to check in to see that you're breathing. And then you're going to relax the foot. You're going to lift the thigh toward the belly as much as you feel comfortable, keeping your spine lifted and lengthened. And you'll set the foot down. You'll take a deep breath. And we'll move to the other side, pressing down through the left foot as you lift your right knee up, either taking the interlace of the fingers around the front of the knee or the back of the thigh. One side may be different than the other. So we'll begin by pointing and flexing the foot. And then begin to circle the foot in one direction. And circle the foot in the opposite direction. And coming back to center, relax the foot. And as you inhale, lift the thigh close to your body. And as you exhale, place the foot down. And then just pause and take a breath. Now we're going to press down through the left foot and lift the right knee again. And this time, as you lift the thigh and sit up tall through your spine, see if you can let the left hand come to your hip. And keeping your right knee lifted, you're going to start to circle inward towards your left thigh and around and out to the side. So you're just lifting the knee up and giving a nice little circle, moving the thigh bone within the hip socket. And again, this is one of those movements that you can start off really slow so that your tissue around the hip socket can start to warm. And if you feel comfortable, you can go a little bit faster. If the leg feels exceptionally heavy, you can also try holding the back of your thigh. And then we'll go the opposite direction. And then gradually coming up, back, and around, and then setting the thigh up towards the belly and releasing it down towards the floor, and taking a breath. And let's do the opposite side. Push down through your left foot, lifting your right knee. And then finding that upright position through your torso, bring the thigh close to your belly and your hand on your hip. And you can begin to bring the knee inward towards your left inner thigh, and then rotate outward. Again, moving as slowly as you need to, or holding the back of the thigh if it feels more supportive for you. And then we'll go the opposite direction. You're trying to maintain your pelvis in an upright position, and it's not twisting side to side, just facing straight ahead. And then we'll gently bring the leg back around, lift the thigh up, and set the foot down. And pause and take a breath. We're going to begin a movement of rocking on the feet. So you're going to rock back to the heel and to the ball of the foot. So you're rolling through the foot. So as you roll through the feet, you want to feel the toes flex and the toes pull up. So you're rolling through the ball of the foot to the heel of the foot. You'll do this several times and just coordinating your breath with your movement, whatever feels most natural for you. And feel that as you create this movement in your body, the pelvis gets involved. So the whole body starts to get involved. You can feel that rocking motion through the entire body. And you can feel the toning of the lower legs. As we strengthen the muscles around the feet and the ankles, it helps to stabilize the knees. And as we tone the lower legs, it helps to stabilize the knees. And then rest for a moment. We're going to take the feet a little bit wider apart because you'll need a little bit of room for your thigh bones to move in and out. The movement's going to look like it's coming from the knees, but it's actually coming from the ankles. So I like to lift my toes to get more awareness of the inner and outer foot. So as we turn the foot in, you're letting the outer edge of the foot lift up off the floor. And then you're going to turn the foot out. So you're going to continue back and forth from the ankle joint. So you're letting the foot roll in and out. And the arms can rest either hands on your hips, or they can simply go along for the ride. And this is a movement that you can also make a little bit faster or a little bit slower, as long as you can let the movement come from the ankles and the feet, rather than moving from the knees and thighs. The knees and thighs will also just come along for the ride. Good, and then we'll rest. Toe heel your feet back to a neutral position. And take a nice deep breath, lifting and lengthening through the whole spine. Now let's sit back in our chair. Sit as far back as you can so that you feel supported not only by the back end of the seat, but also by the back of the chair. And then your hands can either rest on your lap or you can hold the edge of the chair if it feels more stable for you. As you inhale, you're going to extend your legs straight. You're going to flex the toes, reaching out through the heels, lift the muscles of your thighs up. And as you exhale, release the legs down. Inhale, flexing the feet, lifting the thighs, and exhaling, lowering the legs. And you'll continue to do this with your breath. So let the movement take as long as your inhale and as long as your exhale. Now, if you're feeling comfortable with this movement and it feels challenging, you can stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can start to use the arms. You add the arms, and as you add the arms, you may choose to lift the back up off of the seat of the chair. So you inhale, lift up, and exhale down. And it's a good idea here to engage the abdomen as you lift the arms and legs together. So you want to feel just a gentle drawing back of the navel as you extend the arms and legs. You can lean back into the chair and lift back up for more challenge. Or you can simply stay in one or other position, either sitting back or lifting up and staying lifted. One of the things that's helpful in the movement of the arms here is as you reach the arms forward to rotate the arms and then reach up so that the palms face each other. And then you can release and relax, taking a long breath in through your nose, sighing it out the mouth. And then just take a natural breath and relax for a moment. So hopefully you're feeling pretty good. That was the end of our joints and glands session. Now we can take another few moments to sit back and to relax. So as you sit back comfortably in your seat, allow your eyes to gently close. And taking a long breath in through your body, and a long, complete exhalation. And let your head and neck start to relax. The head can gently bow forward. And you want to have your hands close to your belly now, palms up or palms down, whatever feels most supportive, but let the elbows rest underneath the shoulders. And then just bring your awareness to your breath, moving in and out of your nostrils. Experience the sensation of breath moving through the nostrils. Just paying attention to the breath moving from outside of the nostrils in, down the throat, into the lungs, to the base of the spine, and back up and out into the atmosphere again. And feel the breath as it moves through your nostrils, brushing along the hairs of the nostrils. The breath moves from outside of the nostrils in, up through the nostrils. Just notice what it feels like, the sensation of breath in the nostrils. Noticing the breath move from outside of the nostrils in and down the throat, into the lungs and chest, into the base of the spine. Let your awareness rest on the breath moving through the throat. Feel the breath moving in and out of the throat. Sense your way. Just noticing what it feels like for the breath, the air to move through the throat. Feel the breath sliding up and down the throat. The breath moves from outside of the nostrils in, down the throat, the lungs and chest. And let your awareness rest on the breath moving through your lungs and chest. The breath is moving from outside of the nostrils in, down the throat, the lungs, the chest, and the base of the spine. Take a few breaths, just focusing the awareness on the sensation of breath moving through the lungs and chest. Perhaps noticing the breath expand and contract the chest. Breathing into the sides of the chest. Feel the breath expand outwardly from your center. And the breath moves from outside of the nostrils in, down the throat, to the lungs and chest, and to the base of the spine. Let your awareness come to the base of the spine. Feel the breath moving through the belly, the side ribs, and rising up into the lungs and chest. Just noticing what it feels like to breathe into the belly, the low ribs, and the lungs and chest. Feeling the breath at the base of the spine, the belly, lungs and chest. Noticing the breath rise from the navel to the throat in. And the breath releasing from the throat to the navel out. Let your mind follow this path of the breath as it moves through your entire body. The whole body releasing, the whole body relaxing. Enjoy the sensation of your body relaxing. And gently begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe make a gentle fist and open the palm a few times. Rotate your wrists. And then you'll join your hands together at your heart. And as you inhale, begin to lift your back off of the chair, reaching the arms toward the ceiling to sit upright through the spine, stretching up. Arms can separate, bending the elbows out to the sides in a nice wide shape, and then bringing the hands together in the front of the heart. And inhaling as you lift the heart into your hands, exhaling as you bow your head to your heart. And honor yourself for taking this time to show up for your health and well-being. Namaste.